Welcome back to another TFT Galaxy Podcast, episode 32, Seeing Red, Feeling Blue, where we high press on the news, tactics, and the storylines surrounding the club we love, the LA Galaxy. That's all we have for you today.
Yep. Good pod. Time to go.
Jiminy Christmas. Well, we had a game at Houston. We were hoping for something. We got kind of bad news before the game even started. Royce was unavailable. That was bad news kind of right out of the gate.
It was really weird how he was listed, too, because he was listed as not due to injury. So it's like, whoa.
Oh, they said, I read his wife was giving birth, possibly.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that part.
She's pregnant and near. So, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well, now that I know, I just didn't know that going into it when I saw the original listing.
Yeah, not great for Greg Vanney and the LA Galaxy, but yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
And we proceeded to play a game, and this is surprising. I mean, to me it was. We sucked.
It was bad.
We were terrible.
It was bad.
We were terrible.
Yeah.
Let's look at the starting lineup here. The starting lineup, you had Glesnes and Yoshida at center back.
Which we kind of talked about that would be potentially the case because Hack
That's what we predicted.
Somewhere, yeah.
Miller and Nelson, we predicted that as well.
Predicted that one.
Hack at the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Winder, Sanabria. Royce wasn't there, obviously. Paintel on one side, Taylor on the other, and Kyogo up top.
Which is kind of what we predicted.
Yeah, I did think Lozano was going to start, but he didn't.
Okay. Yeah, I was.
So I didn't have Robert Taylor starting, but Taylor started and Lozano came off the bench.
Okay.
But a lot went wrong before anything. I mean, I don't think anything went right. If you look at, let's just look at the stats first, just so you can see. I mean, it felt bad, but it was bad.
Now, I do want to say first that the game started and we came out on the front foot. You know, the first chance went to the Galaxy, and Harbor Miller did just a very poor job of it. But I thought, that's at least better. It's also how we started the Dallas game at home, and actually how the whole Dallas game at home went. But this one was good because it's like, okay, you're carrying momentum in from that out on the front foot. Now maybe we could just knock one of these in. No.
Well, we can't score. I mean, that's
I think there's a bigger problem of we can't score. We can't get a shot on frame.
Big chances, Chris. Big chances. 0.
Yeah.
90 minutes of soccer, 0 big chances. Expected goals 0.96. We had Harbor Miller's chance, and Paintel had a breakaway.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other chance.
No, that's pretty much it.
And possession was 61% to 39. That might have to do with the fact that Garces got a red card.
Yeah, so shocking. Garces gets sent off 10 minutes after coming on.
Here's what's crazy.
He was on for 10 minutes.
Here's what's crazy. This is just crazy, Chris. I don't know how else to say this. We sit here, we're just watching the games.
Yeah.
We're not behind the scenes. We're not seeing training. We're not in the locker rooms, nothing. No. And we could tell you 2 things, and we have been saying 2 things. 1, Garces is just a train wreck right now.
Yeah.
Boom, train wreck. Okay? And Nelson has had a terrible season. Boom, terrible game. At this point, I really think we should be lobbying to control the team, Chris, because clearly we know something that not even Greg Vanney can wrap his mind around.
Apparently not.
Garces is a train wreck, and Nelson does not belong on the field. We've said that for several weeks now, and here we are again. Nelson gives up a PK, which he, for some reason, claims is not a PK, which is, in my mind, a PK, and Garces gets a red card. And before Nelson gets a PK up, he smoked every single time. And we've said this in the past. I didn't have any really proof of anything, and this is This is just a first look at something. But I think teams, if you look at the attack map of Houston, what side do they attack, Chris?
I'm pretty sure that's the side that John Nelson was playing on that outside.
They attack Nelson's side.
Yeah.
And if you look at average positioning, show more maybe? No, there was an average positioning. I have to say it. If you look at average positioning, they are leaning towards Nelson's side too. I'm telling you that teams are coming into games going, attack Nelson.
Yeah.
Well, there's a rookie on the other side, coach. Attack Nelson. And you can see the brightest spot is, their right side.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly their right side, our left in the attacking third is significantly brighter than any other attacking third spot. They're attacking Nelson.
Yeah.
And we won't do anything about it.
Well, we would do something about it. Greg Vanney is not doing anything about it.
But how does Greg Vanney continue to play Nelson?
There must be something seriously wrong with Aude if he's not even willing to give him a shot. Like there's got to be
Aude,
something.
put anybody there.
Yeah.
Anybody there.
Mm-hmm.
Try Hack. Try Rindolph. Put Yoshida there. It doesn't matter. Put someone else there. Put another attacker there. Put Parente there. Put anybody there. Like it's comical that before this game starts, we were on here last week and I said, there's a couple guys who can just ruin the game for us. And one of them's Nelson. And so he's capable of ruining the game. Bam, ruins the game. Garces, bam, ruins the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. At this point, I'm convinced the accountability is zero. You can go out and have a stinker game in, game out and just keep playing the same lineup every time.
Yeah.
Is Garces being yelled at behind the scenes? Is he being held accountable? Is Nelson being told that's not good enough behind the scenes? I seriously think the answer to those two questions are no.
No.
I really don't. And why do I think that? Let's look at what Greg Vanney had to say. Post-game quote. On the overall performance tonight, I'm just going to read some of this to you. This is Greg Vanney speaking. I felt like there was a fair amount of indecision at times, combined with conditions that for some guys are new and maybe a little bit different. I think Kyogo, I'm not sure he's playing a game with this type of humidity and heat and trying to manage through being the guy who's leading our pressure at times and trying to manage through some of that. Again, dealing with the situation, getting Robert Taylor back up to full fitness. All of this, again, I'm sorry, was it also hot and humid for the other team? Or were they somehow playing in some time warp where things were just freaking peachy for them?
No, as far as I can tell, they were playing on the same field.
And Robert Taylor coming back. Robert Taylor's been here for a month.
Yeah, if he's not at full fitness, we have a
then
problem.
Don't play him. What the heck? Kyogo hasn't played in humidity and heat? He's from Japan, right?
Yes.
Last time I checked, Japan's coastal and has humidity and heat. What? I don't understand. Why is he not saying Nelson had a stinker and cost us? Garces, his discipline has got to change and he can't play anymore if that's... Why is he talking about humidity and heat when it comes to losing? And Taylor's fitness.
The only thing I can think of is he's saying stuff without actually saying stuff.
You'll like this, Chris. Quote, and I feel like sometimes we were inefficient because we weren't able to communicate clearly through some of these place-changing scenarios. What does that even mean?
I don't know what that means.
What is a place-changing scenario?
I don't know what that means. I've been around the game almost my entire life. I have no idea what that means. Place-changing scenarios.
What?
Whoa, hold on. You know what? I forgot. This is Greg Vanney's very sophisticated system, so he uses very sophisticated language that us mere mortals can't understand. So
yeah, I think his system revolves around who's reffing, What was the travel? What was the flight like? What's humidity? What's weather like? Who's playing next to you? How good do you feel?
I'm with you with the accountability, but it starts with this.
Right. He's not even being accountable for we played bad. It has nothing to do with the heat and the humidity.
So hold on. Let's since we're on accountability, the thing that we saw that Yoshida came off for was it was a tactical decision in Houston Garces.
Tactical. They asked him in press conference, is he hurt? Is he injured? And he gave all indications that Yoshida came off as a tactical decision to put Garces in.
There's nothing in that thing right there that said I took him off. I made the wrong choice.
Yeah, clearly I made the wrong choice. I thought we've had a conversation with Garces. We've told him it's time for him to be accountable. He can't be doing silly things. He messed up again, and at the end of the day, it was a mistake on my end, and we'll own it and we'll move forward. No, it's heat, Chris. The humidity got to Garces.
I don't think, at least ever since we've been doing this, I don't know about before we've been doing this, but ever since we've been doing this, and every time we look at these quotes, we look at these pressers, there's nothing in there that says, I need to do a better job. I got to stop picking certain guys. I got to...
Well, not even I need to do a better job. He doesn't even talk about particular players need to do a better job.
And that's fine. That too. But it's also, you never see... But here it is, like we said, how many times and how many weeks since we've been back from the World Cup, granted, we've only been doing this too, but this is the Galaxy's 5th game, all right? 2 points out of a possible 15, okay? But looking at 5 games, how does he look at that and not even acknowledge it? Why doesn't any reporter go, hey, this is how many games? 4 or 5? This is like the 10th time he's been cooked in 5 games. Why don't you just try somebody else? Nobody will actually ask that question, number one, so he doesn't have to answer it.
Why? I think that's crazy. And I think it's different if a coach gets up there and takes the bullet for the whole team and doesn't want to call out individual players. I think that's
I'm with
fine
that.
Too.
And
but
then
he's blaming everything but himself, the team.
Yeah.
He blames everything else. He's thinking, oh, well, we lost Royce, and we don't have this player in yet, and that player is injured, and it was hot. And, I mean, what the heck, man? Who cares?
No, it's ridiculous.
That makes sense if it's one game. Like, if it's like, man, we've been playing pretty well, and we lost like 3 guys this game. It was hot. We didn't acclimate to the weather as well as we should have, and we dropped some points. It won't happen again. This is 5 games on the bounce. You can't have an excuse for every single game. Every game he's going to say, I don't have the players I want. It was a long travel. It was hot. Some things went wrong. I mean, like, fix it. Isn't it? Does he know it's his job to fix it? Does he know that? I mean, whose job is it?
At this point, I have no idea. I don't know. Well, and since we're on the topic of fix it, his job of fixing it just got a little bit harder because as of yesterday, Miki Yamane completed a transfer back to Japan. Okay, so he completed a move to the J1 League side, Urawa Red Diamonds, for an undisclosed fee. So he's gone. So that's another defender who's not available anymore because he's not on the team. So that just makes it more difficult. So now
Winder was injured.
Yeah, he came
so
off
now
injured.
I heard a report that his ankle looks pretty bad. So that means Winder's probably gone.
Good thing is Sergio Roberto gets here this week. I don't know if he'll play tomorrow or on Wednesday.
Yeah, Roberto's supposed to be here this week. But, Chris, it'll take him 3 years to be up to snuff on the system and be fully fit.
Don't worry, Greg Vanney will still be around. At this rate.
I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point because it's just like we hear excuse after excuse after excuse and we get rid of people and we bring new people in. I don't have a forward. Here's your forward. Well, it was hot out. Okay. I mean, at what point, when does it end? When does someone say that is involved in the process, right? The president, the coach, a player. When does someone say it's not good enough? Like, it's not good enough, we're failing, and stop with the excuses? Until that happens, I can't see this turning around.
No.
Because no one is willing to step up and say, we're not doing it. It's bad. We need to step up. We all need to step up. The players need to step up. No one's doing anything. So it's just like it's tough to watch. It's tough to be a fan. It's tough to see your coach have excuses every single game for why something didn't go the way it should go. And he says things like, Kyogo makes great runs, but the passes can't be from the back line to the front line. We got to get the center mids and the midfield involved. Okay, that's your job.
Yeah, work it out in training.
That's your job. So why isn't it happening? It's not the fans' job.
No.
It's you and the players. You got to figure it out. Figure something out. Oh, well, it was Marco Royce and he wasn't available. Well, our team's we're so fragile. We are so fragile that the weather, the time of day, the travel schedule, a single player going out, the whole thing just comes down like a house of cards, right? Because we are no one can step in and fill in anywhere.
Apparently not.
Especially at left back. Apparently we have one left back and we're willing to ride or die with Nelson on the left.
Yeah. Well, and so speaking of that, one left back. Now it's not about that in particular, but we came on and we talked about all the moves that we made. We also let like 4 guys from Ventura get signed by European clubs.
And Liga MX's club.
So they weren't good enough to play for the Galaxy, but then all these teams
wanted
them.
How are we struggling, but people want our second team?
Yeah. We just had a forward. He was either second or joint leading scorer of the U23 championship or the U20 championship in Ruben Ramos Jr.
Well, can't find the field.
I don't.
Nelson gets every starting spot. Ruben Ramos Jr., we were not willing to let him grow. We let Cuevas go. He goes and gets an assist in his very first game.
Off the bench.
I mean, it's just like, how can we be struggling and not giving any opportunities to anybody to perform? It's Garces, Yoshida, Nelson, over and over and over again, getting chances and fumbling.
Can I give you a hypothetical? So our sprint season is going from January to May, right? If you're Ricky Puig and you come back and you play in that sprint season and you personally play really well, forget what the team does. You personally play really well. I almost feel like, would you want to just be like, hey, I'm going to hand in my transfer papers because I'm going to go play somewhere where I'm actually going to, where something's going to be better than just this, where he can contribute?
I don't know.
I would.
I mean, I don't know. The one thing we don't know is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So is that locker room happy or not? That's a big question. They could be losing and be happy right now, which is a problem. But they could all just be like, it's fine. We're getting paid. We're still on the field. We're not winning, but it could be fine. Or is it a bad locker room right now? Are people getting mad? Are people getting upset? And that's a situation that maybe you do want out of, because now you're losing. It's not happy. Mm-hmm. But a lot of stuff we see on social media, albeit there are highlights on social media of training and practice, they all seem pretty happy. I don't know how you're happy. I mean, I get you can't be sad every moment of the day for what's happening, but at some point, somebody's got to step up and say, like, I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is the only change you can make is Greg Vanny. That's the only change you can make that will actually have a ripple effect all the way down to the team with every player.
Yeah.
And right now, every player to me looks like they need a change. The best players, and this is another concerning thing, the players that look the best for us are new players in their first couple games.
Yeah.
Before they've been tainted by the culture and the system, they looked great. Taylor comes in, being let go from Austin, comes in, looks pretty good. Kyogo comes in his first 30 minutes just off the bench, looks pretty good. In the last game now, can't get a touch on the ball. I don't know at what point does someone say we got to make a change. It's insane. It's insane that we're sitting here saying, "Oh, well, we're making changes. We're going to do. Oh, we lose again. Okay. Well, we got this. We lost Ricky Pooch. Okay, but we got all these players and we loaded up. It's not working. Okay, we got rid of some more players and now we brought in some more players. It's not working. Well, then it's not working. There's no way you look at Galaxy's roster that they should be 5 games without a win. No way.
And the common denominator in it is the manager.
Right. And so, yeah, everyone wants a healthy team. Everyone wants all their players available to them at all times. Okay? That's true. But then that doesn't usually happen all the time. And you got to know that, right? So Will Kuntz has got to be building a team knowing that players are going to be missing all the time. We have no backup at any position that anyone can ever come in and do anything different. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Now, I'm trying to just think about it here right now. And isn't it Will Kuntz's job to, like, if this stuff is happening and Will Kuntz has been around the game long enough to at least know that it's got to look better. I wonder if he's ever gone to Greg and's like, why don't you try a different guy there? Why don't you try different things here? Why don't you try changing it up a little bit? And then
how is no one saying anywhere, even a player, can we not play Nelson? We got to figure out the Nelson thing. We've lost single-handedly 2 of the 5 games we've lost because Nelson was on the field.
Yeah, and for all we know, someone has, and Greg's just like, I'm the coach and I'm going to do what.
Well, then you're fired.
Yeah, but apparently not. Because if all these problems are happening, forget a player stepping up. If you're the general manager, your job is to not only put the players on the field or give the manager the players to put on the field and do that, but you're also supposed to pick the manager that can get the best out of those players. It's not happening. So what's the reluctance in changing him?
It can't. So 5 games now, 2 wins. You can't do much worse than that. So I don't know what the danger is in getting rid of Vanny and just putting anybody in there, right?
Yeah.
Some interim in there. Just throw an interim manager in there and see what happens until you could sort out the manager you want. Because this is just like, I think the thing that frustrates me the most is just the comments after of excuses.
Yeah.
Constant excuses is just, it's grating. It really is. It's just like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? I'm seeing a center back that can't control himself and you keep putting him out there. I'm seeing a left back that's getting smoked on speed and skill and he can't hang, and other teams are overloading his side on purpose, and we're not willing to do anything about it. And I'm just sitting here. I'm just a fan just watching it. I don't have notes out. I'm not watching replays. I'm not analyzing. I don't have the tracking data and the data that lets me see every touch Nelson did, and he has all that.
Yeah.
So if he has all that, how could he not identify the problem? He could go to the computer right now and say, show me every pass that goes to my center mids. I want to see every single pass and why they weren't able to take that pass, turn on the half turn, or break a line. I want to see their positioning. I want to see, and boom, just like that, he's got every pass he could limit it by player. Show me every touch by Sanabria. I want to see where he's receiving the ball.
Yeah.
He can do this work and figure out everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we see zero change. So right now, if he's saying, wow, our defense is playing long balls to Kyogo too much, and I need my center mids doing that. So then look at the film and fix it. And go to the training ground and say, and show the team, here's where we're at a position. Here's where we need to be. Here's what we need to do. This is what you're doing. If you're not willing to do it, then I go with the next person on the roster. But that's not happening because there's no change. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know.
Yeah, and whether that works or not that's a side effect. But at least the fact that if we as fans were seeing all these different changes happening just from game to game, in not bringing in new players, the players we have, but trying something different, trying different personnel, trying different tactics, then we could say, okay, then maybe something is, maybe just something isn't clicking with certain players, all this stuff. But it's because it's the same thing week in, week out.
Here's a funny thing, Chris. So he identifies in the press conference, the center mids, we got to get playing through the middle more. Right? Inside out. We got to get into the middle, then out and into the middle, breaking lines, finding Kyogo. And then at half, he brings on a center back.
Yeah.
So how does that reconcile? If that's what you're seeing, why did you not bring a center mid in? Why weren't you on the bench talking to Parente or somebody and saying, hey, this is the problem I'm identifying. I need you to be in these spaces. You're coming on at half to change the game. No, he brings in a center back. You just told us the entire problem was the center backs and the defense playing long balls to the forward and
no center mid involvement.
And you don't change it at all. You bring a center back on at halftime.
For not injury, but for tactical reasons. It's really crazy.
But you just identified after the game the tactical problem was center mid. So are you going to sit here and tell me you don't have any center mids that can play? Then why is he on the roster?
Yeah.
Then get rid of it. Why is Parente on the roster wearing a jersey, getting paid? If you can't look down at the bench, this is professionals, and play him. Then get rid of him. And bring a Ventura guy up. Everyone else is signing him. Bring one of them up.
Yeah.
We played with Royce as a false nine forever. Why is Legarzma not getting a chance to start? He scored a goal. He's got one goal. He's got more goals than most people on the team. And he hasn't got a chance to start on a team that's just bad.
Yeah, you're not going to get relegated for losing all this stuff. It doesn't, it doesn't. It's not going to change the outcome, or it's not going to get worse, like we said. So what's the harm?
And I really, really, really don't understand the Aude, a left-sided player who can play left back and left mid, never getting a chance. He didn't even sub on.
Was he even on the bench?
I think he was, wasn't he? Let's see. Wouldn't surprise me if he's on his way out. Yeah, he's on the bench. Never. So Nelson has a howler. By the way, Nelson rated the lowest, okay, according to SofaScore, the lowest rated player on the entire field. Never subs out. No. Never. Mario Yoshida subbed out, but not Nelson. What are we missing? A brain, apparently. This makes zero sense. The guy gets smoked at LAFC. He gets into a PK here. He keeps getting beat, and he just keeps playing. I don't even know what to say. I would love to be in a locker room listening, or in the office listening to Kuntz and Vanny talk. What is being said?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Are they just going like, I don't know. I can't even imagine what's being said.
At this point, I feel like they just have a giant counter on the wall, and after every game, they just walk in, they just tear it off. And one less game until the end of the season, and they just keep doing that. They get to the end of the season,
it does feel like they're just phoning it in. It feels like they're just phoning it in.
It really,
and the players
really
feel like they're phoning it in too sometimes. right? I mean, we thank God for Glesnes, who I think, again, had a really, really, really good game.
At least shows he wants to be there and wants to play
right. He's
well.
getting his tackles in. He's trying his best. He's covering for people.
Yeah.
But it does look to me like sometimes the players don't even care that much. I don't know if that's a product of the system, which it could be. If it's a product of like the culture and the training that's happening, that everyone just kind of has this feeling of like, well, whatever. We said last year this was kind of like we get Ricky Pooge back, so it's kind of like and then how many years are we going to wait? We're just going to keep waiting? And our savior's what, like a 36-year-old who started 5 games last year? He's supposed to be coming in to save the midfield?
Yeah, I don't.
So what's Vanny going to do when he gets injured because he's tired?
Yeah,
he'll have the excuse of, well, we really needed him out there and we don't have everybody and it was hot and it was on turf, so I couldn't use him, so that's why we lost. Well, then how about you buy a 26-year-old?
Yeah.
Everything is just mystifying to me. You know what else is mystifying to me? I'm going to go to this next because it's just, I don't know. Okay. We have a comment on the podcast that says, from eSuper1, Lozano has not played competitively for a whole season or thereabouts. I guess I could put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Lozano has not played a competitive season, whole season or thereabouts. You guys are very optimistic he will hit the ground running. I am not. I don't know what you listen to. I don't know if you don't get my sarcasm or what. I am not optimistic.
If there was any optimism, it was like cautiously optimistic because it was like, hey, you know what?
No, it was a joke. I kept saying like, hey, maybe they'll turn this season around.
Yeah.
Like it was a joke. I was being sarcastic. The fact that we're banking on everybody turning their entire season around on us. Okay. I'm not optimistic. I'm trying to find hope where there is none. Okay.
If there's any optimism on my end, it was cautious optimism.
I have to be optimistic because I have to hang out with Chris all the time. Okay. And so I have to be optimistic because Chris is worse than me. Okay. So I have to lie to myself so that I can lie to him and say, maybe we might win a game. Because if we were honest with ourselves,
if you were as honest as I was, we would both just sit here. And
it would be bad. So I guess I do try to find some hope in some things, but not everything. And then Football Lex says at this point, or Football X,
whatever.
At this point, I'm looking forward to the sprint season. I think the Galaxy are too, and that's one of the problems. Lozano should use these games to get match fit after a full preseason with hopefully a new coach. Yeah, right? A lot of these players could turn it around. I'll be optimistic once Vanny is gone. I think I agree with that quote full-heartedly. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yep.
But the problem is, I think that's where a lot of the organization's at too. And the organization can't do that. They can't do that. They have to win now. They have to turn it around. They have to do everything they can to turn it around now. They can't look forward to the sprint season. We can, and I am. I'm also looking forward to the day we get a new coach and a new system. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know. I just eSuper1, I am not optimistic. Okay? I'm sorry. This is me. This is the real me. Okay? Just me and you, eSuper1. I'm not optimistic. I'm sad. There are times I don't want to watch the games. There are times I don't want to go to the games. Luckily, it's been a pastime of mine since 1997. I go to every game. I watch, I cheer, and I hope. Some years it works out. Some years it doesn't. It's been a bad couple of years, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah. I don't know. There's nothing really we could, like, there's other things that we can talk about, but like, if you look at Winder's injury, did you see his injury?
I didn't.
Like, I wish I would have pulled clips and footage of it.
So I can't watch that.
I didn't.
I can't watch that stuff.
Because, another thing we've harped on this year for actually probably a year now, right?
About that, yeah.
Basically a year and a half of soccer. We've been harping on this, and I have been too. The Galaxy just look weak all the time. They look like they're always the ones like getting hit. They're always the ones going in. They're always the ones being fouled. I think other teams are being told, go play physical against them because they fall and they flop and they complain. And Winder's injury, it's hard to like say he should have went in harder because it's in the moment and stuff. But if you look at his injury, he should have went through the ball and he didn't. You get that chance. He's just like on the 18, and I want him to like go through the ball, land on a shooting foot. He doesn't. He shoots it. The guy comes through, gets his ankle. Now he's injured. But it did look a little tentative to me. Like his chance that he took, it looked a little tentative. And again, this is a problem that we have. Things look a little tentative. Mm-hmm. We look like we get injured all the time. Paintsel certainly gets brought down all the time and complains. Peck used to. He's gone.
Yeah.
But we're at another injury now where I feel like if Winder would have went 100% through the ball and hard, he would be fine. Maybe the other guy would be injured. But I'm nitpicking because I don't know if he could have actually changed it or not. And it looked to me like he could have, but
and the red card for Garces, when watching that back and seeing how that all went down, I wrote in the show notes that it kind of started with Harbor Miller because when you watch the Houston guy run through him, Harbor Miller just kind of he sees him run, and I don't know if there was a communication error, a lack of communication, or it was communicated and just was disregarded. Because obviously you can't hear a lot of that stuff about, what goes on the field. But it wasn't even called. Now, granted, it was called a foul. It was called a foul, but advantage was played because Houston got a shot out of it. Mm-hmm. And then the referee, it wasn't even brought to VAR until it went, the ball went out of bounds, and then all of a sudden we had this VAR check for it. So
it kind of surprised me too because they got the shot off, but yeah, I mean they claimed dog, so denial of goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and so again, take it for what it is, but it was one of those things where it was like, who was really in the wrong there, right? Did Garces take that red card and if Harbor Miller just says something that doesn't happen, did Harbor Miller actually say something and Garces just didn't listen? Did nobody say anything, and now Garces is left to dry with this guy running in? It's tough to tell, but again, there's also you're never going to know what it is because there's no one telling us. You don't have Harbor Miller coming out, you don't have Garces coming out.
I agree with you. The problem for Garces though is it was him again. And if this was the first time Garces did anything and it was in this, I could understand it. I could be like, well, I think it was slightly harsh, so I could understand it. But he's got 3 red cards, one of which he wasn't even on the field for, Chris.
Yeah.
So this is not, if you're Garces, you should be thinking to yourself, I can't do anything like that, right? Like, I can't even put myself in those positions because I've have all these red cards. So from that sense, it's like small things that keep happening. Right? Again, we would say, okay, Nelson had a bad game. If it's a one-off, it's not a big deal. It's the fact that these things keep happening and happening and happening, and people keep letting the Galaxy down, and the same players keep letting the Galaxy down, and the same tactics keep letting the Galaxy down, and the same excuses keep coming up every time the Galaxy loses a game. And I'm tired of it. It's just the same thing every time. It's Garces getting a red card. It's Nelson letting us down. It was Yoshida at one point letting us down, game in and game out. It's the boring, pedantic tactics of Vanny Ball. It's Glesnes trying to has to be a superhero to keep the game at 0 goals. It's possession for possession's sake. It's no big chances created. It's no forward movement. It's no breaking of lines. It's no attacking with the ball and beating people on the dribble and getting in behind. It's just boring soccer the whole time,
Yeah.
and the same players keep letting us down. They're getting put in the same situations that keep letting us down.
And yet
then
they still get playing time.
And they get playing time, and then the excuses every time.
Yeah.
It was hot. We had a lot of games. It was a travel day. We're missing players. We're the same things every time. And I'm tired. It's not my job to make sure you got your players available. It's not my job to build the team to make sure you got subs. I don't control the weather, but you know what I do? I do watch your games. I do buy all your stuff. I do have season ticket holders, and I am owed a product worth paying for. And you're not doing it.
No.
You can have all the excuses in the world. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I said it earlier. I would really love to hear a reporter or someone actually come out and say and ask these questions.
I'm gonna have to. Those are what we look at, the post game match report. Those are like the highlights. I do want to go back and listen because are any reporters asking really tough questions or not? I don't know.
Because I mean we've said it ever since we started this. We're both we're both very, very in tune with the English game. And a lot of times the very first thing when you hear after, you hear all these post-game pressers, if there's something that went wrong, it's the first thing you hear about.
Accountability right away.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where if that was, for me being a United fan, if that was a Gary Neville, if that was a Patrice Evra, the reporter would come in and go, hey, Patrice hasn't had a good run of 3 games. Like,
who else?
Why do you keep picking him?
And who else do you have there? Have you been thinking? Or how about this? Hey, Garces just received another red card. You brought him on for tactical reasons at the start of the second half.
What was the tactical reason?
What was the tactical reason? And looking back now, do you think you made a mistake or not?
Yeah.
Like a tough question that he has to answer.
Now, earlier this year, someone did ask a tough question, and Greg he got very defensive and he got very upset that why would you even ask this question? So
yeah,
is it one of those things that as a reporter, and obviously they have a job to do also. So if their job is to report on the Galaxy, and if they're asking tough questions and they're A, not getting an answer, or B, not even giving access anymore, that's kind of tough because
what I think that one of the problems is the reporters and the pool reporters and stuff like that. They're like us, right? They're fans of the Galaxy, many of them. And so I think they find it difficult at times to put the head coach of the team they love in a tough spot. And I can understand that. If you're a fan and you don't want to make your own team look bad, but where are the reporters that aren't fans of Galaxy? They're just reporting the game.
Yeah.
They should have the tough questions. There should be reporters in there that ask really tough questions. Hey, Nelson's had a stinker for 5 games in a row. You got Aude on the bench. What's going on with Aude? Why is he not getting any game time? What's the tactical reason playing Nelson over Aude every single minute of every single game?
Mm-hmm.
No, he never asked or answered that. This is what I was alluding to earlier. Here is the average shape of Houston. They're not even in their average shape. Doesn't even the right channel's empty. They're all pushing left over here. Okay, they're all pushing left. It's not huge, but remember this is average, which means they're on their.
Hold on, that I'm trying to look at this.
Oh, this is our left. That's their. Oh, so they're coming down.
No, they're coming down, and we're going up.
So they're isolating him or something.
But look at that, right?
19.
It's between 11, 8, and 19. It's that gap and kind of that space in between. What would that be? A Yoshida, Nelson, Winder, kind of like that area. If you go to our side, it's like if you overlaid it, it would be if you move the cursor up a little bit, and then just to the right. It looks like they're all concentrated just right in there.
Well, it looks like
they're
running through our middles.
Yeah,
they're overloading the middle and then overloading the right side with some numbers.
Which guess what? If you're playing the Galaxy right now, and if I was the coach of the other team, and I looked at film and I go, he can't defend.
Well, two
anything.
things. We have 2 problems, right? Our middle's not good enough, so they're overloading middles and they're playing through the middle line, and they're overloading. On the right side, they're putting multiple players in that half space to go against, to go against Nelson. Look at our average shape. It looks like a formation.
Yes.
It looks we got the little arc of defenders. We got our sixth position. It looks like you can see what they did to us in terms of what their game plan versus ours. By the way, here's the problem. I think this is our game plan every single time. This is our average shape every time. It just looks like a tactical board of where you should sit when you have the ball, and we're being attacked by this, and they're just overloading our middle, running us through, and then overloading Nelson. I don't know. I don't presume that I can fix this team, but you know what I do presume? Somebody can.
Yes.
And
someone definitely can.
And Greg Vanney's been given, and my next thing is Greg Vanney has been given enough opportunity. Right? I understand.
Without a doubt.
You could think he's a good coach. He's got 2 MLS Cups, all that. That's fine. But there comes a time where it's time to move on, even from good coaches, because the situation doesn't line up. It does not good. He's been given enough time. He can't get it done with this team. He couldn't get it done last year. He couldn't get it done with the revamped lineup this year, and he can't get it done with the revamped lineup. So at what point do you have to call it?
Well, we did talk that I forget when it was, but it was earlier this year that can Vanny do it when he doesn't have an MVP caliber player? And right now the answer is no.
No. So he had Giovinco for his first MLS Cup, and he had Puig for his second MLS Cup. Both MVP-like caliber players. I think Giovinco was the MVP that year. Puig was not. I don't even know how he was not in the running. That was insane, I think, to everybody who's watched the Galaxy that year. But to all of us, he was clearly MVP caliber that year.
Yeah, and so the fact that, that just shows it right there is you give him a normal team without an MVP caliber player, and he's just a normal guy.
Well, looking at the Galaxy's upcoming schedule then is the only thing we got left. Is there any hope? Probably not, but let's see. Galaxy play this Wednesday against San Jose.
Yeah, we got the Cali Classico in the digs. The last time we played them was the third game out of the World Cup up at Stanford. We got a draw out of that one. Slightly promising, knowing that we can at least tie that game, but it's also not promising because knowing Bruce Arena, he's probably coming in with a way to make all this go in the favor of San Jose.
San Jose's got a much better record than us, so
yeah.
We're home. Will we see a home win? I don't know. I will not be there. I'm guessing you will not be there.
Yeah, no, we will not be in attendance. That is one of the few nights that we have.
We have work
commitment. Yeah, we have a work commitment.
And then after that, we play Saturday in Montreal.
Yeah, Saturday the 22nd and also Saturday the 29th are both away games. Montreal with their new big high-profile signing, at least in name.
Montreal's not good.
That was pre-Alexis Sanchez.
So, Alexis Sanchez is 38 years old or something.
Yeah, Luka Modric is also 40.
Yeah, but Alexis Sanchez's entire game was I run so much, but now he's 38. It was predicated on his work rate was just enormous.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how Alexis Sanchez does. But San Jose this Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Apple TV. We'll be watching on our phones while we're working. Don't tell anybody. And then we have Montreal Saturday. Did I just say Saturday? San Jose Wednesday, Montreal Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Apple TV. That's an away game.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to expect. I don't know. You know what is expected? They're going to play really well in one of these games. And I'm telling you right now, that's not enough. Because then they're going to go and play 5 crappy ones again, and we're going to be sitting here saying it again. So I don't know. Super One, whoever you are, you have broke me. So even when they play well, I'm telling people don't have any hope because they're going to play well one of these games and then they'll find their poor form again. They'll probably beat San Jose and then go get smashed against Montreal.
Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez scores 7 goals or something. Garces gets the first double red card in soccer history.
Send him off. Go bring him back. Send him off again.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't have any answers except hang in there, Galaxy fans.
My only thought, at least try and hang in there.
Yeah.
My thought is, where were we points wise at this point of the year? Last year. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't know. Probably worse. I mean, I'd have to look it all up and do probably worse, but that was the worst Galaxy season in history. So,
wow.
The point is, like, you could point, and I can understand. And I'm sure Greg Vanny does. Hey, it's not that bad. We're in like 10th, 11th place. We're the Galaxy. It is bad. You're expected to be in the top 1, 2, 3, 4. You're in the supporter shield running. And if you're not, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
I know a lot of teams say that and they want to say that. This is a big market team. And we spend big market money. We overspend almost every team in MLS. So how is it okay to overspend, have all the resources that these teams don't? I mean, we went to Houston. We have so many more resources than Houston has. And we lose.
You know what the one resource we didn't have against Houston? A brain.
Well,
got that up on us.
I mean, I don't know. So I don't know. You can't say, well, we're okay. We're in the playoff race. It's not good. You can't spend the way we're spending.
Not the playoff race?
I mean, trying to get into the playoffs. We could get in the playoffs still. There's still hope for that if we turn it around. Okay, whatever. The point is, you could still get in the playoffs conceivably at this point.
What do they call it in the NFL? In the hunt?
But even if they get in and they're the last place or the second to last to get in, it's still not good enough. You're spending so much more on not just players, but resources, just like the training rooms and the practice pitches and everything you're spending more money on. You need to be in the top. And that should be the expectation of the coaching staff, of the players, of the front office, and of the fans. Yeah. We should be on top or challenging for the top. And when we don't, it should be a failure. That's it. It's plain and simple. Every good team around this globe has those standards.
Yes.
No matter where you go. And they fail. Fine. Arsenal expects to be on top. And we were like 10th place, like 7-8 years ago. But it wasn't good enough. And they came out and said, we're not where we want to be. That is not, we don't care that we're 10th place and it's not good enough. And then they made Champions League and they said, what? Still not good enough. It's not where we want to be. We want to be number one. Every team around the world that's worth any of the salt, that's Madrid's and the PSGs and the Barcelonas and the Arsenals and the Man Uniteds and whatever it is, they want to be on top and it's not good enough to be anywhere in the middle.
No.
So don't fool yourself into thinking it's okay. It's not okay. They spent a lot of money on a lot of players that they chose and they got to get it across the line, period. Great. Now I have no hope. You know what I am grateful for? Radio Lex. We appreciate you. We thank you. She's putting putting our stuff up on Reddit. We appreciate it. I did get a message from the Reddit community again that tried to explain how I can do things. I don't have time to do that, okay? I don't have time to be on the message boards all that much and respond and be an active member. I'm doing this. This takes a long time.
Yeah.
I'm doing this, so I don't know. But I don't need to do it because Radio Lex has got our backs and we appreciate it.
Thank you,
so,
sir.
This will be our only and last podcast of the week. So we'll have a Wednesday game and a Saturday game, and we'll talk about that next week.
Mm-hmm.
We wish you the best.
Hopefully we come out with
a win. One win would be good.
At least one. Yeah.
A win at home would be great to do in front of the home fans. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'd like to come out with at least 3 points out of this next two, but
yeah, we'll see.
That's straight. It's asking a lot.
It is asking a lot, but we'll see. So thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. It's sad, but we're sad together, and that means something.
We are sad together. Wow, and I thought it was something. I thought it was going to be me ranting today.
Because what about when we're happy together in 3 years again? Then it will really mean something.
We're going to come back to episode 32 of the TFT Galaxy podcast and remember, man, look how sad we were.
We're going to replay this right here.
Thanks for being sad together.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna play this. We're gonna play this at the parade.
Yes, it does matter. So we appreciate you being here. We definitely appreciate you being here. We definitely appreciate you listening and watching and writing us. And for those of you that know us, for texting us and leaving comments, it's all super appreciated.
Yeah.
And we have the best fans in the world, and we just need the best team to go along with it.
We do.
That's what I say. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we will catch you next week. And hopefully we'll have 3 to 6 points to talk about.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
See you guys.
Thank you.